Hey folks, we're back again. We just want to apologize for the start of the show.
I've really let you all down.
Yeah, it's mainly Stair that needs to apologize, but we've been part of this, so I feel like we need to apologize as well.
It was eating away at me last week, and I thought Twitter would be down within minutes. So I had confessed my sins to the world that I've been running the Twitter account this whole time, in defiance of the ban that Twitter administration has put on me.
And it has just been Stair.
Yeah. The interns? They're just some people I locked in the basement. They never had access to a computer.
Yeah, they were real in the sense that there were people in a basement.
Well, they were cops, so they're not really people.
Wait, they're cops?
Were.
Like they got fired because they were gone for too long?
No, I mean... Anyways, I'm sorry for lying to you all, and to the Twitter.com administration, and Elon Musk.
Yeah, especially the Elon. If anyone deserves an apology, it's him.
And I'd like to apologize to Elon Musk for shortening his name. His real name is Elongated Musk.
Seriously?
Yeah,
okay.
And that is true, and everyone who knows him would say that is correct. And we want to apologize to him for that.
Elongated Emeraldo Musk.
And we're just all really sorry about what happened, and I hope you guys can see in your hearts to forgive us.
And we're sorry to that SpaceX employee who got $125,000 to remain quiet.
That's right, because of course Elon Musk never did anything wrong, so that money's not deserved.
Yeah. Especially not that horse.
I'd like to apologize to the Lord for my lifetime of, sin and all that.
And I think that does cover all the apologies, so let's get on with the show. This podcast is part of the Big Heads Media Podcast Network. For more great podcasts, head over to bigheadsmedia.com. Hey there, folks, and welcome to The Pod of the Hawk. It's a Berserk podcast brought to you by us at TV Tuners. I'm your host, Swanson. With me, as always, is my co-host and guy who's gonna help me poison my rivals, Stairmaster.
I'm gonna make a load of hay on this. Ah! Ow! My organs!
Oh no. It's shutting down. Well, I guess at least he helped me almost accomplish a goal. With us, as always, our other co-host and demon who's helped throw me a helpful sword at the right moment, Heorang.
Yeah, here you go, Swanson. I think you could use this. I think you should, use this, do some slicing and dicing.
Thanks for giving me this. Are you taking it back at the end? I feel like it just sort of disappears.
I take it back, A demon never gives his sword away for good.
That's true. That is a saying that everyone... It's
in the Bible.
And it comes with the stuttering, too. That's part of the saying.
Yeah, it's all part of it. It was told directly how it's quoted in the Bible. Welcome to another exciting edition of The Pod of the Hawk. We're chugging along through Berserk, where this is episode 6, so we're close to the end here. Shockingly.
Our long journey is almost at an end.
Yeah, and
we're finally getting off this boat.
Yeah, this boat that like this is filled with like
This
demons
voyage.
and
Fuck. I should have said
evil
voyage.
creatures. Yeah.
Well, I mean, if Swanson got the reference, he would have played along a lot better. But
No, I
you know,
meant for the listener at home. Just, I should be better about word usage. We have a responsibility.
I thought you were making a Berserk reference to the fact that they were on a boat.
Yes.
And it wasn't updated for a long time. Swanson wouldn't have got that.
Well, it doesn't matter. It's for the audience, dumbass.
Whoa.
Well, take into consideration that perhaps members of the audience also wouldn't get it. There's always the possibility that there's some weirdo who watched
Yeah,
Berserk,
some freak who hasn't been part of the discourse whatsoever.
who watched just this show, Berserk, and assumed that was the end.
Oh my god, that guy is in for well, we'll see. We'll see what this hypothetical guy is going to see.
Yeah.
I want to meet one of the guys who only watched the Berserk 2016 series and thinks that that's just what Berserk is.
I feel like there's a bunch of dumb kids.
I think
who went
so.
through
Yeah,
that
I
arc.
know. I imagine there's like a decent number of people who that's their entire experience with Berserk, and they think it rules too.
Well, now I'm too sad to live.
Too sad to live, too afraid to die. The Stairmaster
I mean,
story.
The Stairmaster story.
The terrifying thing about that series is that despite how janky and awful the animation is for most of it, it is a mostly faithful telling of the story.
And it got a second season somehow.
We got a second season somehow, which was also a mostly faithful telling of the story.
And not any better looking.
It's like 10% better looking.
Well, luckily the
And
animation is good for the time in this show.
Well, the animation
good
is
enough.
mostly non-existent in this show, but it still looks good.
Yeah, it's good artwork, which is better than you could say for the 3D Abomination. Is that a good?
Yes.
Is that the word you use?
Are
Yeah.
they out there looking like Jimmy Neutron characters?
I wish.
Uh,
That would be interesting
would-
to see.
that would be at least kind of charming.
Like Corcus out here looking like Carl.
Have you not seen the infamous GIF of Guts walking?
No.
The South Park walk cycle.
Yeah, look at this. What is he doing? What are
Keo,
his legs doing?
do you want to describe this to the listener?
I think. Okay, so Guts is walking away from his team, his squad, but you know the walk cycle is like not convincing at all. It's literally like somebody like used like their mouse to like drag him up and down.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
he's also got this mouth flap, which is, you know, despite I think
Not
this is a
very
3D
good.
model.
It's like open and shut. Those are the only motions his mouth
Yeah,
can
I mean,
make.
and the bizarre thing about this is that this is not traditionally drawn. This is, I believe, a 3D model. So they could have done like a stock talking animation for this model.
There was no
but they
time.
didn't. They didn't. Yeah, they
There's
didn't
no
have time to
time.
do that.
They probably finished animating this like 30 minutes before they turned it into the TV studio. That's not a unheard of thing in anime.
Yeah, it's like the development cycle for this anime must have been just very soul crushing for everybody involved.
That episode of Paranoia Agent is based off of true stories.
Oh no.
So yeah,
So yeah, when we're watching this anime, this traditional
this cult
animation
classic.
anime, yeah, it's does not have these problems that the 2016 version had.
True. Which is not to say that it does not have problems of its own.
Also, the OP
Yeah,
is
although-
cooler.
Yeah, although I will say I did watch all of the Berserk 2016 series, and while it was bad, I will definitely say that there sequences like this were definitely cherry picked out of the sequence.
Say that after we spent like 5 minutes shitting on it. Why don't you? The damage is done, Keo. You
I
cannot
mean, he
say
did
that.
mention it was bad.
I did mention it was bad, and I'm still saying it was bad, but it definitely, yeah, like it was not like this throughout the entire runtime by any means. They definitely picked out like the worst stinkers out of the whole thing. But I don't know. It was a very surreal experience watching that because after a certain point, I'm just like kind of like getting used to it. It almost fits Berserk how ugly it was.
The famously beautiful comic book Berserk.
Yeah, the one thing I've learned about the manga of Berserk is that it is like the farthest thing from ugly.
Yeah, I'm saying like it would have fit the original manga to be really ugly because of the subject matter being depicted. So instead of having this juxtaposition of this beautiful artwork and horrific imagery, it's just everything's disgusting all the way through. And it's somehow fitting.
Well, of course, as always, this is a podcast about Berserk. And before we get into our main course this week, I just want to mention that if you have any quips, comments, questions, foresights, otherwise, you could send them to us at our email address. And we'll read them aloud.
Will we?
It's true.
That's crazy.
You can send them to our email address, tvtunerspodcast@gmail.com. What's that email, Kioran?
It's tvtunerspodcast@gmail.
Yeah.
That's right.
So do we have any emails this week?
This email is from Geo, and it's titled TV Tuners Gotham.
No.
Oh, no.
That's the email this week.
Gentlemen, we all know that Stairmaster is the Joker of podcasting. But what Batman villain analogs best fit Swanson, Keo, and fan favorite part-timer L? Roll me that, boys. Geo.
Okay, well, Elle will never do anything villainous at all, so I would say
Elle is Jason Todd because she's dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, correct.
Also
barely a villain.
Yeah. But I'd be
Keo's Clayface and Swanson's Two-Face.
Oh, I thought I was Clayface because everyone loves my impressions.
Oh, okay.
I was gonna say I was Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, Keo is Mr. Freeze.
Yeah, his wife's dad. He's very cold to the touch.
If anyone wants to be my Harley Quinn, hit me up. The DMs are open.
Stairs about to post a picture of the Joker and Harley Quinn and be like, "Who's trying to beat us with me?"
Yeah, I'm going.
This could be us.
I'm going on the TV Tuners Facebook. Post that.
Sometimes a man just needs a joke. Anyway, I think that was pretty much the whole thing there, Gio. I think we just had answered it real quick for you.
Yeah.
There you go, bud. I don't know. I feel like I could also be like, I don't know, some irrelevant Batman villain like Calendar Man or something.
No, you're not smart enough to be Calendar Man.
Is Calendar Man known for being... I guess he is, yeah.
He knows a lot about dates!
I don't know who that is at all.
Yeah, exactly. I said obscure. You supposed to know the obscure one, Keo?
You said irrelevant.
Yeah, you did say irrelevant.
Oh, irrelevant is obscure.
No.
It's sort of the same thing.
No. Job John is irrelevant.
I could be the
Actually, I guess he is the most obscure member of the White Base, so never mind.
I mean, like, you would say that Yamcha is irrelevant in
Also,
Dragon Ball Z, but he's not obscure. He just sucks.
Yeah, Mr. Popo's obscure.
No one knows who that is.
He barely shows up.
I feel
Public consciousness.
For good reason. Anyway, hopefully I answered your question, Gio. Of course, email is not the only place you can find us. We're on social media, namely twitter.com for now.
I have faith that Elon Mustard will keep the website online.
Well, this is potentially the final tweet of the week, Stare, so I've heard you got a doozy.
This tweet comes from @Elon Musk, who writes, "And lead us not into temptation." And he posted a little meme.
Yeah, Keo, will you do
this
the honors of describing this?
Painting with text and symbology added to it. Lazily.
Yeah, so it's got Jesus. He's got his hands in prayer as he looks upwards. He's really resisting temptation, and there's this woman nearby. She's like completely just presenting herself.
Yeah,
for
her thing is out.
the J man. But it's been labeled that Jesus is in fact Donald Trump, and the temptress here is tastefully censored using the Twitter logo. So the temptress is in fact Twitter.
To be clear, neither of their faces are blurred out. Donald Trump is just hastily put onto Jesus' body, and then the Twitter logo is covering up the essential bits.
Yeah, I mean, there's a white rectangle with black text labeling Jesus Christ as Donald Trump.
So wait, hold on. Is Elon trying to compliment Donald Trump by comparing him to Christ here?
Of course.
That's a very favorable comparison in my estimation.
Well,
Originally, the tweet that Elon first had up, but apparently wasn't happy with,
was Family Guy meme.
Yeah, was Lois apparently with some kind of like pill addiction.
Yeah,
but the pills were Twitter.
And Lois is Donald Trump.
Hey Peter, I heard Lois was taking some Twitter pills.
And I actually have a little bit of deep lore on this whole saga, where I think Elon posted his original meme of Lois and the pills, and then like he saw in the reply this tweet was better than the one he posted, so he just went ahead and
stole it.
Deleted. He deleted his original tweet and then posted this one up instead without crediting whoever made it.
Acting like we wouldn't find out.
Like, I don't know.
He decided that calling Trump Jesus was more of an own than calling him a crack fiend.
And I don't know. I just opened up the replies to this tweet, and the top reply on my screen is can either of you guys do a Jordan Peterson impression?
Yeah, it's just Kermit the Frog. Oh, you're
really
pretty damn funny, Mr. Musk.
You really are pretty damn funny, Mr. Musk.
Did that get you, Kermit?
Yeah, that is a terrible Kermit for Keo.
I'm doing Jordan Peterson's crying voice, okay?
He sounds like Kermit, but he sounds like Kermit.
The woke moralist agenda will not win.
Cancel this, woke moralist.
Peter Schiff says, that's the same image you used in Feb of 2020 regarding you dilemma with hashtag Bitcoin. That helped send the price of Bitcoin from just under 10K to almost 70K. Kind of ironic that you use it again as Bitcoin is poised to crash back below 10K.
It should be known that both these people paid $8 to Elon Musk.
Smart.
For the check mark.
These are smart business
So
people.
their opinions are worthless.
Peter Schiff says that his account is verified because it's notable in government, news, entertainment, or other designated category.
He wants to pay $12. So that's a tune out.
Yeah, I'm going to tune out on this from the guy who's destroying the website that we get our weekly dose of comedy from.
If we could call it that.
Elon Musk could be chilling in a $100 million mansion right now, getting massaged by 100 women.
True. But no, not true.
Has a team of private chefs prepare him a 5-star meal. Instead, Elon Musk is literally sleeping at Twitter HQ, working his butt off daily to improve the world.
This is no different, this is no different than people who try to own Trump by replying to him. Or tried to.
So they're not trying to own him. This guy is licking his feet.
I thought I was saying it was wasting his time.
No, he's saying that he's sacrificing his luxury to like help the world by.
This guy's puckering up.
Yeah, if I was rich, I'd get my dick sucked a lot.
That's true.
I'm well aware of what you would do if you had a lot of money. So.
Yeah, you've explained to us in great detail. Not just even on the pod, but it is there are mini records of what you would do if you were rich.
And Stare, I'm going to go on the record here that I do not agree with your concept of owning a woman. I just don't think that's proper, even if you do have $3 trillion.
Yeah. Like, I understand that theoretically you could, but I feel like perhaps there are moral boundaries upon which you should not cross.
With enough money, you can just change the rules, guys.
And I am aware that if I do try to challenge you when you have this $3 trillion, that you will sentence me to death immediately.
And it will have to be enacted out because you are that rich.
I will, and I'll make Swanson do it.
And I will have
he'll
to.
do it.
Yeah.
Like I don't envision. I think that Swanson might hesitate for maybe like, I don't know, 500 milliseconds before carrying out the order.
There'll be like a tear coming off.
So yeah, that's what your Buy Me a Coffee funds are going towards.
Yeah, soon enough.
You know, and with the compound interest on Stairmaster saving account, you have no idea the power you're unleashing here.
Yeah, it's
like, what are you at? 3% APY? That's insane.
I'm at 2.9 APY.
Ooh, uh-oh.
Uh-oh.
Yeah,
I need to go talk to my banker.
Yeah, who was your banker again?
Dr. Gold Financial.
Oh, he's got the money. He's got the money doubling service.
Yeah, that's good.
All right. So that's
tune out.
Email of the week.
That's tune out on the email, tune out on the tweet.
What a way to end. What a way for our potentially final tweet of the week.
Well, we can't remember what the first one was, so it probably wasn't that good.
You want to talk about how Twitter posted a 24-hour poll asking to reinstate Donald Trump?
I voted yes.
I didn't know there was a poll until it was over and Trump was back on Twitter.
Yeah, I didn't vote. So I'm part of the problem.
Well, you can't complain about the outcome.
Yeah, it's true. That's what they
say. Because of a poll that I didn't know about.
You should have known, Keo.
I should have been checking his page more often.
Yeah, you should have gotten out and voted.
Honestly, I think Elon Musk should be considering legal action for Trump defying the results of the poll.
It's true. But really, this shouldn't be that much of a surprise to him that Trump decided to not listen to what a poll said.
Oh, and by the way, this post that Trump made that's been making the rounds lately, I'm pretty much a MAGA guy now. You know what I'm talking about, guys?
Yeah, he's got poster swag.
Yeah. I thought his new thing was make America good and great again.
I thought it was keep America great.
No, because when he announced that he's running for president, he said, I'm going to make America good and great again.
I don't know. I've been zoning out on that stuff.
Magaga.
If people aren't posting Trump on Twitter, I don't see it.
I'm talking about this tweet where Trump says, when Elon Musk came to the White House asking me for help on all his many subsidized projects, whether it's electric cars that don't drive long enough, driverless cars that crash, or rocket ships to nowhere, without which subsidies he'd be worthless, and telling me how he was a big Trump fan and Republican, I could have said drop to your knees and beg, and he would have done it, ...
Yeah, Trump is he's just like the king of the jungle. He sees the prey, the easy prey, and just knocks down on them.
Yeah.
And like a lion, I'm sure his wife does all the work.
So yeah, of course there is one last thing that we need to get to before we get to our main event here. What did you guys watch? Anything fun, interesting?
I watched Rescue Dawn, starring Christian Bale and Steve Vaughn. Directed by Werner Herzog.
Whoa. I know one of those names.
All right.
Yeah, are you familiar with Little Dieter Needs Supply, Swanson?
No.
Oh, that's his documentary about this guy who got shot down in Vietnam and was held in a prison and then escaped into the jungle and went insane from starvation and nearly died. Well, it turns out he actually made a theatrical film about it with Christian Bale.
Oh, boy, so Christian Bale actually went insane and died in the jungle?
Yeah, he definitely lost weight.
What a hungry little guy.
He's a hungry little guy. So how is it?
Oh, it's great if you want to see a guy lose his mind in the jungle and to see the cruelty of the natural world imposed upon him. Man.
I mean, presumably I do, because that's the whole premise.
Yeah.
I don't want to see that.
And also,
Sounds
there's a
bad.
very tiny Laotian man named Jumbo who's one of the prison guards.
Okay, I want
get
to see
it.
this now.
That's
He sort of looks
an
like
ironic
Krillin.
name.
Yeah. There's also a guard named Little Hitler who's neither little, but very tyrannical.
He's neither Hitler nor little.
Oh, he's very Hitler-esque.
Hmm.
Well, I guess he's mean. That's why he's called that.
True. So is it tune in?
Yeah, it's a tune-in.
Okay.
He eats a snake. It's very disgusting.
Not a meal.
Oh, you've never played Metal Gear Solid 3.
True.
Yeah, I've done a lot of meal prep lately, and Snake has not been part of it.
Well, that's all I
True.
saw, I think.
Can I talk about something I read?
Sure.
Maybe make it quick.
Or maybe. We'll say what it is first, and I'll decide. That's the main host of TV Tuners.
Hunter x Hunter. It's back, folks.
Yeah, that thing that's Swanson hasn't read. Or watched.
Correct.
Swanson, do you think that's okay to not watch
Yeah,
that?
do you think that's alright?
Yeah, obviously, because I haven't. If I didn't think it was all right to watch it and not watch it, I would have watched it already.
Okay, well, I want to let you know that it's not all right, and there's going to be consequences.
Okay.
I mean, you have 24 hours, Swanson.
You have 24 hours to read all 392 chapters.
Go on.
That's it. Like, we're not making any specific threat.
Is it? Okay.
So,
got
do
him
you
laying
want to talk
around
about
somewhere?
you want to talk about how insane this arc is, Keo? Try to explain it to Swanson.
You got him laying around
Yeah,
somewhere?
so-
I'll start reading now.
So they're on a boat. It turns out in this arc that the entire world is just like a tiny little cross section of the actual globe.
So they're on a
It
boat,
is-
but
and-
is it a voyage?
Yes.
Yes.
And yeah, so it's little. The world is just this little tiny. The known world is this little tiny cross section in a very big lake, surrounded by the Dark Continent, which people have only gone to successfully like 4 times, and each time they brought back a calamity. And now the
that's not good.
Each calamity being something so powerful that it would threaten all of mankind if unleashed in the wrong way.
yeah, like one of them is the eternal life disease.
Where you basically become like an immortal zombie creature.
That's no good.
And also, like, dinosaurs are like the most innocuous life form living there.
Ants from the Dark Continent are
Yeah, it's,
are world-eating threats that can produce
Yeah.
Cell from Dragon Ball Z.
yeah, the Chimera ants, they take on the traits of anything they eat.
I mean,
And they
yeah,
end up eating guys who know how to use their chi to perform magic.
Okay.
And it results in this. It results in like their king taking over North Korea, and almost making an army.
the king being
Cell.
Cell from Dragon Ball Z.
Anyways, that's like,
Excuse me?
and that's like considered a B threat. Everything for the Dark Continent is an S threat. So, anyways,
So
they're on a boat.
it's actually Cell?
Yeah, pretty much.
Like it looks like him and
It's
everything?
like, I mean, it looks like Cell, and it's
And it's like
yeah.
the author's like, "Hey, do you see what the reference is here?"
All right.
I'm deliberately making this guy look like Cell, so you know how strong he is.
Well, what? He's looking like perfect Cell?
Yeah, look at like if Cell had a vest
Okay, yeah.
and a 10-pack.
And like a helmet.
Like, yeah, his head's just kind of shaped differently, but it is clearly Cell.
Anyway, so
like,
not China.
you can't see it, but he has a stinger tail too. Like,
No, I can
Yeah.
see that a little bit.
So not China is financing an expedition to the Dark Continent. I think they're trying to find some herb that can heal all diseases or something.
Huh,
But also at the same time, the Emperor wants to decide who his successor is. So on the boat, they're going to have a battle death royale between the 13 princes, all of whom are named, all of whom had their own bodyguards, with their own special abilities. And also there's
each prince also has a JoJo stand.
Yeah,
too.
that's guarding them because as part of the ritual where they bled into a pot.
Okay. So this is all making some sense to me. So
they can't directly harm each other, but their underlings can. And also, one of the main characters is there trying to get back the eyes of their dead villagers from one of the princes.
So the character's whole motivation is that his entire clan was wiped out.
Yeah.
And don't tell me that this was stolen from some other anime because it's the other way around.
Yeah, Sasuke's here.
Okay,
yeah,
so Cell and
Sasuke's
Sasuke are here.
Yeah, but also no, Cell was last arc. We were just talking about how badass the Dark Continent is.
Oh, so Cell's not around anymore.
No, he died. He got nuked.
Cell is like
leukemia.
weak. Cell is weak compared to where they're going. Is the whole point?
But
yeah.
Sasuke is here.
Yeah, Sasuke's
Sasuke
here.
is here.
Okay, but also the Mafia. All three Mafias are on the boat, and they have their own underlings with their own special abilities.
The Mafia has different families, and some of the families are online with some of the princes.
The Corleones, the Sopranos.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, they're Chinese.
Oh, okay.
So let's say something really racist.
No.
I know you want to.
But just make some add some Chinese syllables together.
But also the phantom trope, the people who murdered Sasuke's family, not Sasuke's village and clan, are here too as well. And they're hunting down the pedophile clown.
Yeah, the pedophile clown is there because
clown.
Yeah, he
wasn't aware he was a pedophile.
He's on the boat because he's after the leader of the team who killed Sasuke's family.
Because he just likes to fight. And he got his ass kicked earlier because that guy cheated. Yeah, now, speaking of which, we're going into a possibly multi-chapter flashback on the Phantom Trope's background in the middle of this Mafia war. That's also
okay, and this is the guy that did Yu Yu Hakusho?
Yeah.
Yes.
You gotta read Hunter x Hunter, man.
I've never seen a shonen story nearly with this many moving parts trying to unfold all at once. It's insane. And honestly, I don't know. Like I think it'll be much more digestible when they animate it.
Or when
maybe,
or when things finally tip over and half the cast dies, which is probably what's going to happen.
Because they also just introduced like a plucky squad of newbies who we watched for an entire
who used to work for the serial killer prince that Sasuke is going to get his eyes back from.
Yeah. There's one of the princes is like a horrible serial killer, and
he's got a bodyguard who was going to kill him, but now she can't because of his JoJo stand, and she's being forced to teach him how to do magic.
Turns out he's like a magic prodigy, and he has like a timeline ability that makes him almost unkillable.
Okay. Yeah, so this sounds like this sounds like it's a lot.
It sounds like the greatest of all time.
So yeah, it's definitely a tune in for me on this manga series. That how many years was it on hiatus there?
This time,
it's like
5 years. Yeah.
Are we in any danger of the creator dying?
I think yeah.
Yes, I don't think he's in the best of health, but Swanson, how dare you? How dare you? How dare you, Swanson?
Fuck you!
Well, I just want to know. I mean, I'm sure someone will finish it.
Okay, before this last batch of chapters, the chapter before that was in 2018.
Okay, I guess it's not.
So that was almost 5 years. Yeah, that's 6 years, actually.
6 years?
Yeah, I think it's long. Yeah, these hiatuses are almost as long as the ones in Berserk. Oh, wait, weren't you going to say you watched something?
Yeah, I watched Mob Psycho season 3.
Well, it's not done yet.
Yeah, well, I watched up to the current episode of it, yes.
I watched up to the end of season 2 just now, this evening with my dad.
Whoa.
He was hooting and hollering for Reagan.
Yeah, your dad did come in to watch this with you.
Yeah.
He flew
in.
in.
And he did shove Swanson out of the way to take his seat.
Well, I wasn't going to watch anyway, so...
Mob Psycho is a delightful program all the way through.
Greatest
And he's
of all
voting. He's rooting for Reagan because he thinks it's Ronald Reagan.
Yeah. Well, he kind of
Okay.
is like Ronald Reagan.
Expand on that.
Because he's dishonest.
Yes.
He started Iran-Contra.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's see. What did I watch this week? What do I want to talk about? I watched, going through my Coen Brothers filmography, I watched Oh Brother, Where Art Thou? It's pretty good, still.
Yeah, I
It's
watched
funny.
that a while back.
I don't know what that is.
It's a comedy. It's the Coen Brothers
It's based
take...
off the Odyssey.
Yeah, the Coen Brothers take
Great
the
Depression.
general layout of the Odyssey and then put it in the 1930s South.
Yeah, there's a magic black man on one of those old-timey push carts.
Also, it turns out that they admitted that they hadn't read the Odyssey
Oh,
when they wrote
wow.
the script. They were just going off of what they had heard about the Odyssey.
That's how I would write something too.
Well, I didn't read the Odyssey either.
It's true. I didn't read I haven't read the Odyssey, but I was like, this seems pretty accurate to the Odyssey. It's pretty good. I think George Clooney is probably in one of his best roles in this movie. He's just very funny the whole time. And also the soundtrack is really good. That's it. I mean, that's it for that. It's a tune-in.
That's it.
It's fun. It's a good movie. I also watched Last Night in Soho, which was the new Edgar Wright joint.
Was it good?
No.
Okay.
I mean, the first half was good. It was interesting
Oh,
for the first
no.
half. It's a shame about that second half, though.
So you're never going back to Soho?
No. No ho.
Sad.
It's supposed to be it's aiming to be like a psychological horror type of deal, but it just sort of falls apart. Like the whole concept
No, come on.
doesn't really work in the second half. So the general premise is that this girl who's going to London to be a fashion designer finds that in her dreams she is transported into the body of a famous, or not a famous, but like a singer from the 1960s. And she is sort of living her life. And then it turns out that there's murder involved and whatnot, and it becomes sort of like her world is blending in with this dreamscape that she's in, and she can't determine which is which. And then from there, things just get more complicated as like more twists get added on, and it feels like it loses whatever original meaning it was trying to go for. Tune out.
That's devastating, Swanson.
And yeah, that's it for me. I think we're done here. The end.
Bye. What a great episode this week, guys.
Yeah, good work, everybody. I feel like we really nailed it. It was a Hunter x Hunter podcast, right?
Yes.
We weren't talking about like Berserk or anything.
What?
Oh shit. Oh fuck. Hold on, let's get back to the recording booth. We were supposed to talk about Berserk.
Oh, yeah. We watched 3 episodes of Berserk.
That's right. We watched the usual Berserk allotment, 3 episodes.
Yeah,
And,
that's the
you
only
know
thing
what,
we do on
guys?
this podcast now.
Yeah, it's all we do, actually. It's almost like there's nothing else to do. Like there's no new TV shows anymore, so we just do this.
True. We
Anyway,
are
I'm
not
gonna-
discussing Tales of the Jedi.
No, or
Dude, that would be disgusting.
or King of Tulsa, or Netflix's Wednesday.
Wednesday.
Yeah, it's
They're
like
really out
Adam-
of ideas now.
It's like an
They
Addams
have
Family.
Speaking of which, Berserk will be available on Netflix.
Oh, just in time for us to finish it. So yeah, we watched 3 episodes this week, and dare I say, all 3 of these episodes, bangers.
It's a golden
They're all
age of
bangers.
Berserk.
They were all good.
They're really giving us episodes lately.
It's true. It's true. So the first episode we watched, called The Conqueror,
True.
We open up, someone's sneaking into this castle now that everyone's leaving, and it's pretty obviously Casca. I don't know if they were trying to make it like a reveal later, but it's clearly her from the start. Because no one else wears the uniform that Casca wears.
I do.
Were you there?
I was.
Yeah.
Yeah, how'd it go?
I
Bad.
got my head chopped off.
Oh. Wait, whose side were you on?
Boscons.
Oh, yeah, you deserved it then, probably. So yeah, we get a scene of these two guards talking about like, it stinks that they're all gonna have the fun of war and capturing all of these people, and then we're just gonna be stuck here. What rotten luck! Before they immediately get murdered.
Well, to be fair, they were talking about glory and presumably booty.
Yes, but instead, what they got was murder and dying.
Yeah.
They're talking about how the guys were like really motivated to like get down there and go to town because they were going to get paid.
Yeah. And like, I'm pretty sure one of the dude's last lines is literally "What rotten luck," and then he gets an arrow in the neck, and the other guy's like, "Oh," and dies.
He does not have the common sense to call out.
No.
You know, it's one job, the one thing they're paying him to do at that moment.
And as Casca and her troopers swarming in, Adon is just like, huh. Adon, by the way, missing an eye since we last saw him. He got beaten up by Guts so badly that they had to take his eye out.
Missing half his teeth. He's just like... you would think that he'd be slightly humbled by being so wrecked, but he's not at all.
The carpet matches the drapes of his personality.
Ooh, got him.
True. Yeah, so he gets ready and he shows up and he's like, "Yeah, you thought I fell for I detected your clever ruse." And it wasn't like he just saw her while he was sitting there. Like everyone else is out in war and he's just sitting there.
Yeah, well, he also lies and says he was put in charge of defending the castle, even though Yeah.
He wasn't like.
As a reminder, Boscon told him to fuck off and stay out of his way
Boscon was
last
right.
week.
I mean, although to be fair, I guess Boscon. I mean, nothing would have changed if Adon hadn't gotten involved.
Yeah, pretty much. This is
He
entirely on the pedophile guy's fault.
True. Yeah, so we cut to Boscon, and he's watching Guts just mow down. Guts is trying to break off another hundo. See how many more men he can kill.
A Benjamin of men.
Yeah, that's right. And Boscon's like, I guess it's time for me to get into the fray. And there's like a standoff between him and Guts, and they start battling. It's a pretty cool battle. They're going back and forth. Turns out this Boscon dude, he's pretty strong.
Yeah, then Guts gets dehorsed.
Yeah.
And his sword breaks.
His sword breaks, and he's like, huh? The sword? Yeah. And
I'd be pretty upset if my sword broke like that. I'd be like, what?
The sword he bragged about being chipped and dull last week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess he did nothing to fix it.
He's too busy to keep out Griffith.
It was chipped and dull, but he didn't know it was cracked.
Yeah. He, like...
No cap.
Did he think he would just, like, the sword would strengthen itself if he swung it a couple times?
Maybe.
Yeah, this sword doesn't do that, but he does get a sword later on that does basically do that, which is pretty fun.
Oh. So, like, I guess that's the power scale. Is just sometimes you get bigger sword, he gets better swords.
Well, no,
I guess that it's not really even a sword.
It's just a normal sword, but bigger. And by sword, I mean it's just a slab of metal the size of a man.
Well, it gets bathed in so much different types of bloods.
Oh, yeah, that gets a stat boost.
Yeah.
Dang.
That's the power system of Berserk. You get enough blood on something, it gets really strong.
Goals. So yeah, he seems like he's in a tight pickle, and so is Casca. Casca is fending off Adon, and she does a pretty admirable job, honestly, because he's
And by
like pretty
admiral,
much.
you mean she wins the fight?
Well, yes, she wins, and then he grovels and uses that opportunity to shoot a crossbow at her that contains like a paralyzing poison, and then he still gets his ass kicked.
He's like, "Oh, I'm sorry. Please don't kill me."
Yeah,
and
Casca kills him with this sweet Devil May Cry move.
Yeah, so her body is like paralyzed for the most part, and he's like, "Oh, now it's time for me to kill you real good." And I mean, the first time she beats him up real easily, he's like, "What? You weren't fighting like this before?" And she's like, "Yeah, I was sick.
My tummy hurt."
She said, "This time my tummy not hurt. I took Alka-Seltzer."
Well, he doesn't say he's gonna kill her. He says more disgusting, nasty things. Like,
Yeah.
He's like, "Oh, I'm gonna take you to my house. You're gonna be in my house."
But first, they'll pick up yeah. He says he's gonna put her under the jail, and the jail is his house. And she like pole vaults over him and then cuts his face in half. We don't see the part where his face like gets actually cut in half. We just see like
we get to see the line.
Yeah, and he screams out like a pathetic little scream and then dies.
What a loser! What a loser!
Yeah, she calls him an irredeemable bastard. By the way, right before he dies.
True. I mean, he had several chances to be redeemable, but he chose not to be.
True. Yeah.
He's a nasty guy.
He's a nasty man in a nasty place. So
can you really blame him for all the things he did?
Yes.
Nope. You can't. Not his fault.
He's blameless.
I would simply not threaten to make someone my sex slave.
It's different times there, you know. You just gotta understand.
You're right. When in Rome, do as the Romans do. Am I right, fellas?
Stare, you say that, but if I put $1 trillion in your hands, suddenly your tune will change.
It's true. It's one of the things.
Listen, things are different at the summit, Keo.
Meanwhile, Guts is swordless and he's trying to fend off Fosco. And luckily, a demonic intervention comes in to help in this case. As we see Zod from a great distance just boomerang a sword. I guess not boomerang. He just tosses a sword. Yeah. And it just lands in the middle and Guts grabs it and kills Bosco.
He's like, thanks. That's going to come in handy.
That's going to come in handy right now. And then he decapitates both him and his horse.
Yeah. Also, we do get a few shots of Griffith being like, oh god, Guts is going to die.
Yeah.
Everything is falling apart. And, that's normal. That's normal behavior from Griffith.
Casca and her squad take the castle. Guts and everybody's like, "Hey, we did it! You guys better get out of here, or you're gonna die." So everyone starts running away. The governor's left, like squabbling, and Griffith comes by, and he's like, and the guy's like, "I've enjoyed our time together, Griffith. Don't you remember how good times we had?" And Griffith's like, "You were a pebble lying in the path. I simply picked you up and used you
to make some ripples."
He basically hit him with the no, comma.
Followed by stab.
Yeah, exactly.
And then he kills him real good.
This is a good stabbing. Top 10 stabbings.
Top 10 stabbings, yeah. Watch Mojo's top 10 stabbings. And, everyone's celebrating their victory and whatnot, and we see Guts has a moment with Casca where he's like, "Hey, why don't you take a look at Griffith enjoying the spoils of war and whatnot?" And then he looks at the sword that he was being given. He's like, "Could it be? Is this Demon Boy's sword?"
Nah, that'd be crazy.
He's like,
"That's disgusting."
Even though the sword disappears after the...
If a demon gave me a sword, I would simply not use it.
True, I would just accept death.
I would look at the demon and say,
okay, but what if Griffith told you to pick up that sword?
I would say yes, sir. Or I would give him a salute.
Yeah, I would say
I would do what he said.
right away, Hawk Daddy. But yeah, we end with Zod being like, "The great eclipse is coming," or something like that.
I'm sure it'll be fine.
Yeah, the great eclipse. That sounds nice. You could use a little nighttime.
We get a lot of nighttime in the show, Swanson. I'm not sure we need more.
Yeah, why not? Get a little bit more in there. Just sort of reset your rhythms, you know? Anyway, that's this episode. It was a banger of an episode.
It was a good time. I would agree.
Everyone who needed to die died.
Except for one individual. One scumbag.
Oh, you're talking about Guts?
Yeah, what a sicko, what a freak.
I think there's a freak.
Killed a horse for no reason. He didn't have to do that.
Yeah, you didn't have to kill that horse. What'd that horse do to you?
Nothing.
Well, it was
Just a
trying to
horse.
run him down.
Innocent horse.
It's not the horse's fault. Stare.
Could have chose not to.
Do you think the horse was like made a decision that
Yes.
it wanted to kill?
The horse had like evil intent in its eyes.
Yeah. I think that horse wanted to feast on his bones.
Huh. Okay. Horses love eating meat.
There's only one horse that has intent in the entire Berserk series.
But it is
And this
very
is not-
vile intent.
I get. So you're saying this
know.
is guilt by association?
Yes. That one other horse just spoils the batch.
You're right. I think all horses in Berserk should die.
Oh, bold stance.
It's the only way to be safe.
True.
So we get to our second episode here, titled "Moment of Glory," and we get we get a little victory parade here. Everyone's
Yeah, all the
trotting
lesbians
around.
came out for Casca.
Yeah, that's right. And all the ladies want a piece of Griffith, of course.
All
What a guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, and everyone
Love
else
that
is
guy.
mainly just like there. They're just like they show up, and everyone's just like, okay, yeah, cool, them. There's like mild applause for Guts, but he gets more applause later when he's like all dressed up.
Yeah. Well, it's a tall glass of water when he's in that suit.
It's true. But yeah, Lady Charlotte's like prepared to like wave at Griffith, and Griffith doesn't even like hear her. He's just like, whatever, bitch. I think it's not on purpose. It's simply that the crowd is very loud and he doesn't hear her calling him names.
You're making excuses for Griffith being a scumbag, Swanson? Is that what you're saying?
I don't think. I mean, I'm just saying in this particular instance, I do not think he was purposely.
I would have simply
ignoring her.
chose to hear her.
So, are you saying that Griffith did nothing wrong, Swanson?
I think
In
we
this
should ask
case?
whether or not people are in control of their own destinies.
It's true.
Or
Perhaps
their
Griffith
actions
was
are
never meant to hear.
preordained.
Things would have gone differently if he had heard this.
I think we can all
So
agree
we-
that men are slaves to their own wills.
So you're saying his Adon did nothing wrong?
Yeah.
That's right.
He's just playing his role in the script.
Wow, that's devastating.
Meanwhile, like there's like a council of ne'er-do-wells who are like,
Nerds.
yeah, nerd councils coming together, and they're like, let's poison Griffith. And everyone's like, here.
And the prime minister is like, and tugs on his collar. 'Cause he
Yeah,
got a
well, the
spooky
prime
letter.
minister is like all on board, and then he gets a piece of parchment, and then he's like, I have manners to attend to.
I have to return
bye."
some tapes.
Yeah. And so he leaves urgently, and the entire time he's like, how could he have figured it out? How does he know? Completely
How do you know
missing.
I'm a little weaselly little liar?
Yeah, how does he know that I'm a Weasley little liar, even though I saw him staring directly into my soul? And he goes and runs off, and we get a little, we get like the after ball royal party where everyone's all dressed up. Guts comes in.
To be clear,
looking like
this
an
is a ball, but the ball's taking place afterwards.
True. Post parade ball. And
these people really celebrate their war stuff. They're like really into it.
well, I mean, this war's been going on for what, like a decade?
Also, back then, there wasn't a lot of entertainment.
It's true. They couldn't just flip on a TV. Dark Ages.
Well, these people are lazy. Why don't they just invent the television?
Good point. Someone should.
Perhaps they were preordained not to, Keo.
Could you imagine if Guts had access to a television?
I think he'd be happy.
He would throw it at a guy to kill them.
We're talking about like a CRT or
yes.
like a flat screen.
A CRT.
Yeah, let's not get out of hand here, Keo. Okay, they're not gonna make them flat screens right off the bat.
I mean, if I had the choice between making a CRT and a flat screen, I'd make a CRT.
True.
They're much more retro and stylish.
Anyways, we're there at the ball. Tons of women want to fuck Corcus.
Yeah, Corcus is like, I
They're
can't
just
wait.
grabbing him.
He's big.
And and that's what they want.
Yeah. The ladies love.
You ever seen like a really big guy before? It's crazy.
Wait, you guys mean Pippin?
Yeah, Pippin. Some women want to fuck Corcus.
But most want Pippin.
Yeah,
or Rickert.
I meant Pippin.
A lot of women.
I knew what Stair was talking about.
I'm sorry. I make this mistake like every other week.
Yeah, Corcus. I mean, it's in the name.
No,
Corcus is the one that looks like a dork.
Yeah, but Corcus sounds manly. Than Pippin.
Yeah.
Which is probably intentional.
But yeah, Guts is looking like an absolute snack. And honestly, there aren't that many women who are going after Guts. But even then, ladies are like, yeah, is it true you killed 100 men? And he's like, yeah, I guess.
Also, some women are come up to Rickert. They're like, Ara, so young.
We get a real rom-com scenario here where Casca comes up to Guts and is like, I need you to pretend to be my boyfriend. And Guts is like, what? He's like, buh. And the scenario doesn't really pan out because they just go somewhere else. And while they're leaving, is it Rickert who's like, what's going on there? Someone clocks that they're leaving and is like, interesting. And they're hanging out on the balcony afterwards and just having, a real heart-to-heart conversation, hanging out, talking about dreams and whatnot.
Guts is like, Griffith's dream is like a giant weight on my shoulders that's keeping me down, crushing me, and I need to leave. And she's like, you want to leave? And he's like, what? I didn't say that.
Yeah, he's like, I don't know what you mean. I didn't really say that exactly. She's pretty much like, what made you come in here with your suit and all this stuff? And he's like, oh, well, I decided I might as well see this thing out to the end. And then in his mind, he's like, also, I need an alibi.
He's like, I'm ready to pay respects to me being in the Band of the Hawk because I'm not going to be in the Band of the Hawk anymore.
Yeah.
And she's like, wait, what?
She's like, is Guts leaving? How could he do this?
No. I never said that. No, come on.
And then, like, in his mind, he's like, I just need to be here so no one suspects a thing.
And also, he says that something's going to happen that no one's expecting besides him and Griffith. And then he leaves.
And he's like, don't look for me in the morning because I won't be here. Wait, I didn't say that. Anyways.
Anyway, bye. Forever.
So anyways, the king comes out, and they hold a toast.
Yeah. And he's like, listen, you guys did a bang-up job. You're no longer the Band of the Hawk. You're my White Hawks.
You're my White Knights.
Yeah. And all the the noblemen are just fuming.
Yeah, and they're like, Griffith, here, enjoy this goblet of beverage. And they, like, handle it with gloves. And tongs.
Like, this guy shows up with one singular glass, and he's like, "Sir, would you like this drink?" And it's like bubbling. And Griffith's like, "Yes, please. It looks delicious." and he drinks it as everyone around, like all the noblemen are just like watching, like staring at him.
Wow, Griffith is. They're like, he's about to drink a drink. This is a moment.
And then he immediately falls over dead, and everyone's like, huh?
Griffith was killed by the drink?
And Casca's like screaming out about Griffith being dead and all that.
As you would when your friend dies.
If Keo fell to the floor and died instantly, I would be like, Keo. And then I would probably like.
And then the episode would end.
Yeah, and then the episode would end. I wouldn't know how to react until next week.
Well, you'd be stuck there.
I imagine the first line of the next episode would be, "Bro, this isn't funny."
Yeah, it would be like, bro, if you're pulling an elaborate ruse on me just so you can get one over on your enemies, just tell me now, dude.
I'd be like, Swanson, calm down. It's a dummy. Don't go berserk.
But that is pretty much where the episode ends. He falls to the floor, and we get the outro and all that. And then we get to our final episode here for this week. Tombstone of Flames. Dope name, by the way. So, this dude, the guy who I guess poisoned Griffith, is leaving. And he's like, I gotta get out of town before anyone suspects me. And then Guts is just sort of hanging out, looking inconspicuous. He has a nice hat. Where do you get this hat?
From the Haberdasher, Swanson.
I also didn't get to mention in the last episode, Quercus had a hat on that was very wild for Quercus. It was like a blue hat with like a yellow feather in it.
That's probably why you got so many ladies at the ball.
It's true. The moment he took the hat off,
more than none. Yeah, he had to keep the hat on to sleep with them.
But yeah, this guy is trying to leave town, and Griffith's like, or Guts is like,
This mysterious hatted figure, it's like, and then pulls out a sword.
Who could it be?
The size of a 6-foot man.
Yeah, this mysterious figure with the body shape and costume of Guts.
I don't know who that is. Honestly, I'm really confused.
And he kills him real quick, and we cut to a quick. So they saw Griffith fall to his death, like drink poison and immediately die, and then they were like, "All right, let's call a quick victory meeting together in the tower." And so they all meet, and they're like celebrating. They're like, "Here, we've killed a filthy commoner, and now everyone will know their place."
How dare he ascend through the ranks of our caste system?
Yeah, and they're like, and we've shown him what happens when you try to move up the system, we kill you. And Foss is like, yeah, that's what we do, all right. I gotta go.
And nobody even notices because they're up their own asses.
I have to go on an adventure right now. Goodbye.
Yeah, he's like, sorry, the call to adventure is calling to me. And he leaves, and they're all like so busy celebrating that they don't even notice the smoke coming in through the floors until it's like too late. And someone they start panicking, and one of them like goes to the door and is like, "It's locked. Who could have done this to us?"
And then when they finally bashed the door open, they're like, "Fire!"
Yeah, the fire like comes in, and like they're all freaking out. The queen rushes to the window and just sees Griffith giving his Griffith stare to her. This is the ultimate flex. This entire thing that Griffith does is like the ultimate flex on all of your enemies.
He also looks like Terasnable at this moment.
She's like, Griffith's brother, what are you doing here?
Quattro Pagina!
This is a move that is not dissimilar to how Char kills most of the people in Gundam.
Yeah, by bragging to them.
Yeah, about how much of an
was
idiot
it there
they are.
Was it there just a brag, or was he there to make sure that they all died?
Yes.
Yeah, he's there. He's there to make sure like they go down in flames and all that. But also, he's bragging. This is like a flex. He's there, and
it's a flex with a purpose.
the best flex.
Yeah.
He's there, and the queen's like, "You're supposed to be dead," and he's like, "Yeah, you would think that if you were an idiot." And he explains the whole ruse here, which is that he essentially kidnaps Foss's family and holds them for ransom, or not ransom, but holds them so that he'll do his bidding, and then orchestrates it so that he drinks not a poison, but something that makes it seem as if he had died.
Yeah.
And then while they're all getting together, he essentially sets fire to their tower, kills any witnesses, and now he's just here to brag about it, pretty much.
Yeah.
And she's like, "You can't do this. You can't kill the queen."
And then a girder falls on her. A wooden beam.
Before that, he has like the speech where she's like, "You're just like you're a nobody." And he's like, "In the battlefield, there is no royalty." He's like, "There's simply the winners and the losers."
When you die the way you're born.
Yeah, and he says, she says like, "You can't kill the queen." He's like, "When you die in war, you simply become the loser of the battle." And then a girder falls on her and she dies.
Rest in peace.
And like then Foss is having like a recollection of her. He's like, "Oh man, he knew what I was up to the whole time when he stared into my soul. I didn't even pick up on him staring into me."
And then he asked Griffith how he knew, and Griffith's like, "I don't know. I just figured you tried to kill me."
Yeah, he says, "I don't know. I had a sneaking suspicion about you because you look like someone who would try to kill me."
He also comments on how, like, he saw my death stare, so I figured, like, you wouldn't abide that.
Yeah.
You seem kind of shook, so makes sense.
Yeah, and Guts has to kill some more people, I think, right?
Yeah, he kills the kidnappers after Griffith pays them off.
Oh, yeah.
And releases Foss's daughter.
Yeah, he has to kill them real quick. He's still got that cool hat. I hope he keeps that hat somewhere. I hope he wears it again.
No, the hat dies.
Oh no. Yeah, so he kills those guys real quick, and Griffith and Guts head back to like where the rest of the band of the Hawks hanging out, and they're all like, "Whoa, Griffith's alive? And Guts was in on it?" And they're like, "Yeah, we pulled a fast one on all those losers." And everyone's like, "Wow, good job, guys."
Oh, no, they don't tell them. They just know that Griffith's alive.
Yeah, they're just like, "Oh, Griffith's alive. Cool.
This is great. I love this. I'm not going to ask any questions."
And Guts is like, "What a great final moment for me and my friends." And
yeah, he's like, "I'm definitely leaving now. This is ridiculous."
Yeah. Oh, I wanted to mention I came across a Berserk post recently online. That was it was from the manga, but it was pretty much an exact shot for shot that happens in here of Griffith and Guts smiling to each other before Griffith drinks the poison. And they were like, "Oh, what a great way to end this manga." I'm glad nothing else happens.
Classic.
That's the end of the series, yeah.
Perhaps that would have been the best outcome. But perhaps it had to be that way. Perhaps men are slaves to their own will.
Yeah, it's hard to tell. I feel like I need to watch at least 6 more episodes before I know for sure if that's true or not.
If free will is real or not.
But anyway, yeah, that's pretty much the end. I think Guts leaves and Casca's like, "Hey, you shouldn't do that," and he's like, "Too bad."
Cliffhanger.
Imagine if Griffith just dies and Zod is like, "Oh, wow, that's crazy."
Yeah.
And that's the last panel of the entire...
Zod's just like, "Huh, guess I was wrong. All right, bye. I'll be taking my sword."
No, that is the attitude after you've been alive for a century or two.
Yeah,
you can't win them all.
True. Can't win them all.
What if he says, "Oh wow, that's crazy," and then he dies?
Wait, him too? Zod says that?
Yeah, Zod dies.
Dang. Be good. Good for everybody.
He just turned to stone. That would be 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Guts leaves, and that's where we leave. That's where we leave off.
Also, it's snowing.
Oh yeah, true.
This is very important.
Yeah, part of what Casca notices Guts is leaving because she's looking out at the snow and sees him leaving, and she's like, "That's not good. Can't have you leaving, Guts." She stops just short of admitting that she cares about Guts.
Will she? Find out next week.
It's true. Yeah, because that is pretty much the end of it. What do we think of these 3 episodes this week, guys?
It's going with the sauce.
They were dummy thick.
Yeah, I mean, listen, these were stacked episodes, true. In all the right places, namely in the runtime and the episode. And
well, the runtime's the same as it was last week, I would say.
Yeah, but like in terms of what happens in the runtime.
Well, that's not what you said. Dummy.
Whoa.
So yeah.
Let's fight, Stairmaster. I'm gonna defend Swanson's honor.
I use the Master family secret technique passed down for 500 years, spinning my arms like a windmill.
Oh, I'm gonna get wrecked.
I pulled a muscle. Oh.
Now's your chance, Keo. Just like stab him in the face or something.
I use my secret technique of pulling out this gun.
Oh.
No.
And I'm gonna just should I shoot him or
will this be the end of Stairmaster? Find out next week on TV Tuners.
Anyway, that's a tune in for me.
That's a tune in.
That's a tune in for me.
Yeah, it's a tune in on Berserk, which I really hope so, because we still got 2 more episodes at least of this show. And
2 more episodes of the pod, you mean?
Of the pod, yes. And that'll about do it for this week's episode of the show. As always, this is a Buy Me a Coffee episode. And if you want to buy us anything, all you got to do is go over to buymeacoffee.com/TVTuners. A single coffee will get you a single episode based off of anything that you want us to talk about. Whatever you want. Your heart's desire is ours to grant you a wish. Don't think about that.
For money.
For money only.
That's
Pay
right.
us.
And that'll about do it for this week. Till next week. Keep watching. It's over.
I found him.
Hey folks, it's time for the TV Tuners Fact of the Week. Did you know that Stairmaster was killed in a big fire caused by Griffith?